Safe Management Measures (SMM) for surveyors onboard vessels. Kindly find attached do's and don'ts that now form a part of our SMM for surveyors boarding vessels. Note that this is part of the new regulatory requirement of Singapore for your compliance. See a doctor if you are sick and stay at home. If you start feeling unwell at work, inform your superior immediately and see a doctor. Do not go to work if you feel unwell or show mild respiratory symptoms. Do not clinic hop. Upon boarding the vessel, confirm with a responsible duty officer that all crew on board are well. Stop work if you observe anyone unwell on board. Practice safe distancing of at least 2 meters apart. Do not shake hands. Adopt alternative non-contact greeting methods. Do not come into or have any physical contact with vessel's crew. A mask, either an N95 respirator or a disposable face mask, and gloves must be worn at all times. Other necessary PPE shall be donned without jeopardizing operational and personal safety. Do not use documents or equipment such as computers on board without putting on your gloves. Limit your movements to only the deck and control room of the vessel. Shorten duration of your stay as best as possible on board to minimize exposure. For OPL jobs, request for an isolated resting room. Do not loiter unnecessarily in the crew's or common areas such as mess rooms. Avoid using common restroom facilities on board vessel if possible. Use the restroom in your cabins. Practice good hygiene if needed to use. Do not use the hand towels in the common restroom. Bring and consume your own individually packed food and drinks. Eat separately from the vessel's crew, preferably in a pre-disinfected isolated room. Avoid consumption of food or beverages on board vessel if possible. Do not accept or share food or beverages on board. Remove and dispose of all masks and gloves after disembarking from the vessel in the designated disposal bins. Do not touch the outside of the used masks and gloves with your bare hands. Maintain good personal hygiene at all times. Wash hands using soap and water, or a hand sanitizer, after removing gloves. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. The purpose of the Safe Management Measures requirements at workplace after circuit breaker. The introduction of these safe management measures aims to support and protect the livelihoods of all employees and businesses. Simultaneously, it aims to prevent a spike in new cases, especially at the workplace. If the safe management measures are not implemented well, stricter restrictions could be brought back. This will affect the livelihoods of all employees in the economy. Any employee who does not adhere to the measures will have action taken against them. The action could include ceasing operations and stop work order. All employees must abide by the measures at the workplace to minimize instances of more outbreaks. The measures must be in place as long as necessary. Under the COVID-19 Temporary Measures Act, failure to comply with safe management measures will be fined up to $10,000, or jailed up to 6 months, or both. Repeated non-compliance will be fined up to $20,000, or jailed up to 12 months, or both. Thank you for your participation and compliance. Kindly acknowledge this CCIC Singapore Safe Management Measures for Surveyors onboard vessels. Communication by sending a submission on this Google form.